Thank you. Glad you could all join us once again, ladies and gentlemen, for another session of your favourite Saturday game show, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, welcome to When Wagon Wheels Were Bigger, the podcast that wouldn't want to win Dusty Bin or go on 3, 2, 1 or meet Ted Rogers either, actually, thinking about it. I'm Mark.
I'm Martin.
And this is episode 100 of When Wagon Wheels Were Bigger. Don't interrupt me when I'm trying to sit I'm doing the big lead in, you start talking over me. Cock.
I'll go away.
This is episode 100 of When Wagon Wheels Were Bigger. Now you can talk.
I was
talk now.
A little bit afraid that I actually had you off then.
No. A little bit. Not really, no. Episode 100, as I said several times. So, the intro may have given it away. We said last episode, 2 weeks ago, that we would do something special, or by special mean a little bit longer. That's what this is.
Because what's special, really? Nothing. Nothing special.
Nothing special. It's just another episode, isn't it? I mean, what do you lot care? Only one of you's actually written a review, you know, and we are grateful for that. So thank you.
At time of recording, at least.
At time of recording, yeah. All right, fair enough. So yeah, here we are again.
What I like is the people who liked the tweet about the review and didn't go and write their own review.
No, that's true, isn't it?
Why would you do that to me?
Why would you do that to both of us?
Go and write a review, all the people who liked the tweet about the review.
Yeah, come on. I thought you were our friends.
You don't have to write much.
That's right, much. Just this is great.
Just write, episode 100 was disappointing from the get-go. And got worse.
It was disappointingly long. This was not a toilet break podcast at all.
The hosts talk over each other with
all the time,
non-jokes.
Constantly. Rude. Rude.
No stars.
No stars. Just like 3, 2, 1. Now, for anyone who's not familiar, 3, 2, 1 is a game show from the, I think 70s and 80s. A very convoluted game show with lots of really impossible, I can't say the word, hard riddles, where you could end up winning I say animatronic, not really, remote control bin, essentially.
It's the remote control?
It was remote control to a point, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what the point was, but remote control to a point. Now, Ted Rogers is dead.
Wow.
Dead Rogers, you could call him.
It could.
But that would be insulting to his family and his estate, who may be litigious. So we shall say...
Lovely Ted Rogers.
Lovely Ted Rogers. I don't know, I pretended to Terry Wogan then.
Yes, you did.
Lovely Ted Rogers.
He's dead as well.
He's dead as well.
Wow.
But that is sad.
It is. They're both sad.
One's sadder than the other. No, not equally.
Equally sad.
One is more sad than the other. Now, we've said before, I can't think of Ted Rogers without thinking of, one, that weird Mountain Dew advert where he turned into a werewolf from the 90s, which has suddenly come back in my head. Don't understand what that was about. But secondly, and mostly famously, the episode of Bottom where Cannibal Taffy Jones is marrying a woman who looks like Ted Rogers in a dress, and that's what goes on in my head. And also, you can't do 3, 2, 1 without going like Wickmo does, 3, 2, 1 like that. So that's my lasting memory of 3, 2, 1 from another show.
In bed.
Yeah, and lines like that. So yeah, my lasting memory of 3, 2, 1 is from other shows talking about it.
I had never seen that advert, or if I had, I didn't remember it. I looked it up to make sure it was actually a thing.
Is it Mountain Dew?
Yes. In the 30-second Mountain Dew horror spoof ad, bringing Ted cult status once again, an estimated... they've written pounds, the word pounds, 75,000 instead of the pound sign. So it netted him an estimated pound 75,000. Wow. He grows fangs and enough facial hair to stuff a mattress. Weird. What a weird way of talking about that advert. So yes, that was a thing.
What a weird way of advertising Mountain Dew. A horrible drink.
Are they trying to say that it will turn you into a werewolf? Or
No,
that
just Ted Rogers.
Was distracted enough by it that it turned him into a werewolf for that moment.
Was he killed by a silver bullet?
Oh man, it's just a terrible conspiracy theory.
Write it down. Let's start that one off. How did Ted Rogers die? Shot by a silver bullet.
After drinking Mountain Dew and running into the woods.
After breaching his Mountain Dew contracts. just imagine the old Oliver Reed Wolfman film with Ted Rogers in it. Just holding
God.
Mountain Dew. Might mock that up.
Amazing.
Anyway.
Nothing that good is going to happen in this episode of 321, I imagine, but I don't know. We've just had to quickly scramble to find one after realising we've talked about doing 321 for so long, but we haven't actually prepared one to watch.
Yeah.
So we found one which is called Superheroes, uploaded by GB Gameshows. And if you're just looking for it by title, it's 321 Superheroes 1981.
So we would have been 2 and 1 respectively at this point. So I don't think I would have watched this one as it went out.
Probably not.
No, because I would have been still shitting in my pants.
Probably would have had
much like today.
Just as much ability to answer the riddles and game quizzes or whatever the hell they did in 321 as we have now.
Indeed.
Which is 0.
Without further ado, a rather convoluted countdown for this one.
I would imagine.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
This is what we've been building to with all of the 3, 2, 1 countdowns for 100 episodes.
It really has been. I need to turn the volume down because mine's really loud in my ear. I hate this already, can I just say?
An animated Dusty Bin is jumping all over the set and just basically is a bit hyperactive and needs to be told to sit down and be quiet.
This, see, for me, you know those things you can buy in like cheap shops that are on string that it makes it look like they come alive?
Yeah.
You know, like false advertising those ones. This is a bit like that. You think, wow, Dustbin's awesome, I want one.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do any of that. It just kind of rolls onto the set.
Yeah. He doesn't have spring legs. He doesn't jump on the car. I mean, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it, if the car was built as a prize?
Pointless. You can see Ted Rogers walking up to the doorway. What is the doorway there for? It should just have stairs.
It's a classic game show set, isn't it? Like, we've got to dress the top of these stairs. Let's put a door at the top.
What I loved about, I think this is kind of true in Bullseye as well, is that if you're going to go to a game show, wear a suit and tie. if you're in the audience.
Now, is that Reece Shearsmith from the League of Gentlemen in the background on the right?
Yes. I believe
he's aged well, hasn't he?
He has aged well. Oh dear. No, he's already done the 3, 2, 1 hand thing, which I can do, anyone can do. Don't make out like you're better than us, Ted. We can all do it.
I'm doing it now. 3, 2, 1.
I'm doing it. Oh, I didn't do it. I did it wrong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just did 3, 2, 1 there. 3, 2, 1. There we
3,
go.
2, 1. You've got, and also you've got to go 3, 2, 1 instead. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
So what the hell is 3, 2, 1 actually about? I don't really remember it very well.
It's about this piece of shit.
Some sort
of space lady.
A space lady from the future has brought a living bin on who's reading a comic.
Oh no, because of course it's about superheroes, isn't it? I forgot. I'd already forgotten that element of this episode.
I didn't know enough about 321 to know that they were like themed episodes.
It was just like a variety show with a quiz shoehorned into it, really, and lots of awful rainbow-style animations of. Oh, here are the couples. The Carpenters.
That looks like Matt Lucas is dressed up as a character, and David Williams could be the lady. Oh my God, that's Jim from Friday Night Dinner.
Hello, Ted. Can I win Dusty Bin for Jackie? I thought it was going to be 4 couples.
Why are there not 4?
There were 4 panels.
Yeah.
He loves using his fingers.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if ever he put up the wrong fingers at some point. I bet he did, and just flipped off the audience.
Well, didn't somebody slow that down once? Was it a Charlie Brooker thing or something?
Yeah, he's doing nothing with his hands.
And it's just,
bullshit.
Bullshit, Ted Rogers.
Yeah.
Idiot. Don't mess with him though, he's a werewolf.
He's a werewolf, and he's quite a tall, big man. He's a trained what? An actuary?
A trainee actuary. I don't know.
That sounds boring, I hate it. That sounds dull.
It's as boring as 321.
She comes from Edinburgh. She looks really familiar. She's better than him. She could do better than him. What's going on with his hair? That is Peter Sutcliffe hair, if ever I've seen it.
I bet they're younger than we are now.
Oh, I bet they are. From a distance, it looks like they're wearing UKIP badges.
It does a bit, doesn't it? Yeah, because the UKIP logo is a little bit like a sort of Poundland, Pound World kind of thing, isn't it? It looks very cheap and nasty.
It does, sums up the
very
party.
Appropriate, yeah.
Because they're all scum.
They are all scum. And anyone who votes UKIP, stop listening to this now, because you're f***ing scum.
Yeah, also if you voted Leave, you're scum, alright? That's right, sweeping statement, deal with it.
This is 100. We might not do any more of these anyway, so who cares?
Who cares? You're all,
She looks
everyone's
like
scum.
Kellyanne Conway, that woman.
Who's Kellyanne Conway?
The haggard Iggy Pop lookalike
Oh, yes.
who advises President Donald Trump.
That's right. Do you know what? As I said, who's that? I wasn't actually looking at the screen. I was looking at my phone. So, yeah, I would have got that quicker. Right, so what's his questions? What? Okay. So he's got to write down the answers with a pen. This is really cheap, isn't it?
It is cheap. So, names and slang expressions.
We will give you the name or expression, and we want you to give us the object.
A name of the expression, and then we want the object. Okay.
Right.
So the one we'll start you with. Bubbly is
Champagne.
Bubbly. Champagne.
What's the cooler?
Prison.
Glad.
Cooler is prison, is it?
Yeah.
I've got that.
I would have said fridge.
I would have just said fridge. Yeah.
Banger.
Banger. It's a car.
What he does to me.
Don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know. They're useless.
They are useless. I'm glad we're not playing along like we did Telly Addicts. This would be
Yeah.
really difficult.
It would
Hard
be.
work.
Don't know.
Dusty Gazongas. What's that one?
Chocolate starfish. What's that?
Big throbbing man fist. What's that?
Oh, even I knew that. It's a nice suit that Ted's wearing, isn't it?
Do you know what?
Blue
Nice
suit.
pastel blue. I like it. If he said then, I don't know what that one was. What have you not got the answers?
You've got it
I
written
just,
down,
I
Ted.
just leave my pen here. Don't need it. Got another one here. Look, I got all the pens.
That's wasteful, isn't it?
It's wasteful. There's Matt Lucas and his mum.
He really does look like a Little Britain character.
They both do.
UKIP supporters again? No.
Scum.
Just
Geordieland. It's called Newcastle, Ted. That's got a proper name. Yeah, Geordieland. You know, you've been there. It's like Disneyland, but just depressing.
just full of Geordies.
Just depressing. Ant and Dec on a loop.
And people dressed up as giant, big-headed Jimmy Nails. Who have
Yeah.
their mute Jimmy Nails will have their photo taken with you.
I'm a teacher.
All like in like stripy jumpers and hats, like in the Jocks and the Geordies.
Oh my God, I'd forgotten about that strip.
I just remembered it then when he said Geordie. It just made me think of the Jocks and the Geordies.
Jocks and the Geordies. You know, that would have meant nothing to me as a child. I wouldn't have really got the Scottish.
I'm not entirely sure it means much to me now, if I'm honest.
It's like Dads as Lads. I remember that, just staring at that title, not really being able to make sense of it when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah, dads as lads. Wow.
It's so obvious now, but as a child, just didn't really mean anything.
She's got a horrible mouth, this woman.
She has a really odd underbite. Just her jaw is coming right out at the bottom.
That is my haircut from the 1980s.
Probably mine as well.
Just like not really cut, just kind of, you know, hacked at.
There.
There you go. Get another lady to bring on some questions.
Oh dear. All the ladies love Ted. That's because of his horribly tight trousers on his very otherwise nice suit.
And he was a wolf man in the bedroom as well.
Well, he should feel sorry for his younger brother.
She says the Incredible Hulk is her favourite hero.
Brilliant. His younger brother has to wear all of his hand-me-down shirts. That got nothing from the audience.
I don't think he had a younger brother. I don't think she's really looked into the Incredible Hulk as a character in as much detail as she perhaps
He has
should
a
have.
cousin. He's got a cousin.
Yeah. Careless blood transfusion, creating another Hulk. A She-Hulk.
Oh, yeah.
Policeman.
Davy Jones' locker.
Davy Jones's locker is
Shanks's pony.
the bottom of the sea, isn't it?
What was he on about? Shanks's pony? He's just talking nonsense.
Joss Ackland's spunky backpack.
Tommy.
Gun.
A soldier.
Tommy Gunn. Oh yes, yeah, that makes sense. Soldier. I was finishing a sentence. I was doing word association. I was playing Mallet's Mallet.
Mallet's Mallet, yeah. We've done that.
Prison.
And
Oh, old
Sally
Nick.
Ann,
Gunnell, Sally Ann Gunnell. I don't know. Salvation Army?
Sally Army.
Ann?
Oh, is it Sally Ann? Is it? Hey, I got the Davy Jones locker one right.
Oh.
I think you've got 8 right.
I
Let's
think
not
I
count
got
them
8
though,
right.
Ted.
I'm not going to count them because I can't. I'm going to put a pen there. Don't need it. Got another
I like
one this one, so.
I like you
take
2
pens
more
with
than
me.
the previous ones.
I am a man of wealth. I can afford 3 pence. And discard them. Now, this guy on the right, this UKIP candidate,
Yeah.
a representative for an oil company, boring. He looks like we were talking about Joss Ackland's spunky backpack. He looks like a politician that was in an episode of Brass Eye. Do you know who I mean?
I do, exactly, yeah.
I mean, this only means something to the two of us as we're actually watching at the moment, but he looks like one of the politicians that Chris Morris hit, if you like.
Yeah,
Not physically
he does.
hit, but tricked on Brass Eye. I think about Cake as well.
Yeah, it was the Cake episode, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up just to see. Just for anybody who knows who that guy is. Let's face it, they probably won't.
No, they won't. He's not a politician anymore.
She just called him Edward. Well, I know Ted is short for Edward, but it just sounds weird.
Dennis Thatcher.
Dennis Thatcher is her favourite superhero.
Because he lives with danger every day. Not anymore, because they're both dead. The Thatchers.
Wow.
Margaret, thankfully, she was an evil old witch. But luckily, lives on in spirit in Downing Street now.
Politician.
With the Grand High Witch. That's the thing, whenever she sets up to a podium, the Prime Minister, whose name I've just completely forgotten. It's gone out
Theresa
my
May.
head. Thank you. I always, of course, we're walking out to the podium at the Tory Party conference, and I just see the scene from The Witches, where she's giving out the poison to turn all the kids into mice.
Yeah.
That's what I see, because that's what she is.
That'll be their next move, won't it?
It will be. We turn them into mice! Oh, I'm not listening to the quiz now.
Bus conductor was the
Bus
answer.
conductor.
I
Excellent.
don't know what the question was. Make your own question.
Excellent.
David Amos was the Conservative MP,
That's who he looks
famously
like.
tricked into condemning a made-up drug called cake, and he was then put in charge of the committee which debated the government's proposed drugs policy, which is
Amazing.
fantastic.
As a young
you go.
person might say, toads and maize balls. But only a young person from about 10 years ago.
Young people now don't even use words. It's just sounds.
It just sounds.
Sirius blinks.
This is...
Snapchat filters is how they communicate now.
It is colours. Colours and shades.
If you're okay as long as you have dog ears and a big sticky out dog tongue, that means everything is fine.
Oh my god, is it another round of these questions? Jesus.
Well, he hasn't used his pen up yet.
That's true.
Any of them.
Film stars who have played the title roles in films.
What?
The film, and you have to give the name of the actress or actor that played the title role. Jaws. What? Oh, that'd be great. You just mess with them. E.T. Why? What's going on? Cannibal Holocaust. What?
Die Hard.
Silver the Greek. That was Topple.
Mary Poppins. Julie Andrews.
Don't know.
Gigi.
Oh, don't know.
Birdman of Alcatraz.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Bill Oddie was Birdman of Alcatraz. You would just name the person who played the title role. Fargo. What?
Birdman of Alcatraz was Burt Lancaster.
Oh, Burt Lancaster was Birdman of Alcatraz, not Bill Oddie, like I thought. Actually, I thought it was Clint Eastwood.
You just got to be nice to Ted, and he'll say, "Well, I think you got 10 there, so
I think you've won. Okay, that's it.
have 10 points."
10
Or
bonus
100.
points. 100 is all nonsense anyway, it doesn't matter.
So you just said they got 3 right, and they went up from 60 to 180. So how many did they just score?
100? No, 120. So 3, what was it, 40 per point?
40 points a...
Although
question?
60 per question, they get 80 per question. Is that it?
Is it?
Alright.
But then you got 3.
I can't do math.
Well, they had 60,
Yeah.
and then they went up to
That's
180.
You got 60, that's safe.
Did you say math?
Yeah, I did. I know.
This podcast is over.
That was to wind you up, pretty boy.
American Pie.
Math.
The jazz singer.
Don't know.
The singular of maths.
One math,
I
please.
did one math today.
I'm going to do a math now.
I'm going to do 5 maths. That's how the questions are summed up.
Jazz singer Neil Diamond. Super
Right,
Trooper
I'm going to pay a bit more attention to their score in a minute by seeing how many he says they got, which could be anything.
Yes.
Oh, they're having fun.
You've got £400.
They got £400.
What the hell's going on with this?
Is the scoring completely random?
I don't know, but he's nodding like he's done something, Ted. He's just reading out the questions. That's easy. He's got the easiest job in the world being a game show host.
He gets to hold the pen as well. Does he actually write anything down?
No, he can't write or read.
Because what he looks like
He's
he's
all
doing...
doped up on Mountain Dew. He's just on a sugar rush.
He's howling at the moon. He's sort of using that pen on the cards. It's more like when you're on a train and the conductor comes around and just like, he hasn't got like a hole punch thing and he just like scribbles on your ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always just don't like that very much. Dick Barton.
Doyle.
They're getting different questions.
Sapphire and Steel.
C3PO.
C3PO and
R2D2.
R2D2.
Bertie Wooster.
Bertie Wooster and the other one.
Jeeves.
Tarzan and Jane.
Popeye.
Popeye and Jane.
Olive oil.
Olive oil. That's the last one we have for you there. Number
That's the
10.
last one. No going over the buzzer. Time is up.
It's the last one we have for you. You're only allowed 2.
C3PO, of course, was
This is
D2. That's right. And that's about all there
just
was.
everything about this screams the time period, doesn't it? I know obviously it was made in that time, so it's understandable, but
So it would do. They got
But it's-
480. I don't understand the scoring.
is that pink line? Is that a step, or is it just a design on the floor?
I can't tell.
It's not important. I just can't tell because of the flat screen and limited
Okay.
depth perception when looking at a 2D image. A
Look at his
2D image.
heels.
Maybe he's not as tall and bigger man as I thought. He's wearing Cuban heels.
Ted has got some impressive heels on. Okay, so an advert break coming up because we've got the little black and white stripe flashing in the corner.
Awesome. Hopefully they've edited it out. So they've got to go. They only get £180. Just throw it in their faces.
You get your bendy bullies
You bendy bully.
and off.
And whatever the hell that is. What's that bear? Was that her mascot? Didn't work, did it? Stupid bitch. She
I am-
lost. She did.
I am. You have now got me watching Bullseye every night pretty much as well.
I love
After our
Bullseye.
discussion last week, I have been watching old Bullseyes on Challenge.
I love a bit of bully.
They are brilliantly entertaining. More than this. This is shit.
This is awful. It wasn't a step. He walked over that. Unless he levitated.
That's very possible. He is a supernatural being.
So
as
going to
we
an
discovered.
Africa. It's just a line, look. So
What purpose does that serve? Is it like don't cross the yellow line at a train platform?
maybe. But funny if a train had hit him at that point. And we're back. Adverts.
didn't go anywhere.
No adverts here.
Part 2.
So there'll be some sort of right now we're down to the 2 main pairs. Now what will happen is we'll start getting these terrible kind of cabaret acts now.
Oh, excellent. Looking forward to it.
And then we'll start getting, when it's down to 1 pair, I believe, is when you start getting all those really ridiculous riddles.
Look at that
Oh my god, they're
high-tech
playing
monitor.
Pong. Not Pong. Alleyway.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I think
David
so.
Amos just looks confused.
Computer games.
Where am I?
I'm not in school. I'm not a
What year is
child.
this?
Look at the size of that joystick. And what Ted's holding in his hand.
Willy.
Ted's Willy.
See, it wasn't funny to me when I said it, but when you said it,
God.
oh yeah. See, I used to love Alleyway.
No, it's just like they're leaning over to wank their husbands off now.
That's a special game for Ted later.
Yeah, wanky wanky. That's what he calls
I.
it.
3-2 wank. I don't think I'd want to see either of those couples going for it, to be honest.
I was still laughing at 3-2
Oh god.
Welcome to One Wang Wolves for Big Show. Podcast where 2 grown men just laugh at the word wank. 5 minutes. Oh, I pulled a muscle.
This is why I couldn't have recorded last week, because if we'd have done this, I would have just been coughing for 50 minutes.
How would he hand gesture 3-2 wank?
Like this.
Oh my god, they're out already. That's it for them.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
they're shit at Pong or Alleyway or whatever they were
It's
playing
not
there.
Pong, is it? Pong, hang on. Pong,
What did they
Hang.
get?
Which one's what? I forget. Which one's what?
What was that one where you fired a harpoon gun up into the...
Pang. That's Pang.
That's Pang, okay.
There was an excuse to put up that silly Pang I did.
Oh yeah, of course.
Excellent. I love putting up old crap. Right, so now, after how many minutes? 18 minutes. With 40 remaining.
Jesus.
they've got down to the final couple.
I think your math is a little bit off there.
What did I say?
You said 40 minutes remaining.
30 minutes remaining. Apologies.
That's still a lot longer than I
Yeah.
would like to suffer
I
through
looked at
this,
the wrong
but-
number on my screen. In fact, looking at it now, not even a number that's related to the timeline of this video. I know media.
It's fine. Lovely Ted Rogers.
Superheroines, great.
See, now I'm imagining him in a dress. I think when I've seen the bottom episode, I've never actually made the visual connection.
No.
Just being forced to look at him for a little bit of time.
The thing is, you're already looking at Aid Edmondson in a dress and really poor makeup, so it's kind of hard to detract from that, isn't it?
Yeah, but now, just faced with the glaring reality of Ted Rogers, I can't help but let my mind wander.
No. Also, the thing about that bottom episode is also the best use ever of some back screening for someone driving a car.
Yes, it is.
when they're not even driving, they're just smashing it with hedgerows.
Just the fastest vehicle in the world. So what's this little...
This is like a
sketch then?
Charlie's Angels skit where they completely misunderstand what superheroes are.
What's it? How do you do that?
So... Okay. How old do you think these ladies are here? Because their haircuts make them look really old, but I bet they're younger than we are.
Probably.
Do you fancy any of them?
That was agreed with you get well paid and a lot of
Well, I just got to say this. 3-2 wank. No, I don't.
Well, 3 to wank.
No, still. I mean, I think Bosley's probably doing it more for me than they are.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
I don't know. The dark-haired one's quite attractive.
she lost her accent then.
Yeah. Well,
Over-egging it a bit. The guy who's playing the Bosley character looks like the American actor. This is really, really hard to explain now. The American actor who is in... he's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The
yes.
little guy.
The one who plays Charles.
There. That's the one.
What's his surname?
Looks like he could be his dad.
He does.
Because I was thinking of like the actor was in Superbad and things like that as well in minor parts. But obviously that's his big starring part, isn't it? Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I can't remember him from those other things.
He's in Superbad. He's also in that Role Models with Paul Rudd as one of the role players.
Oh, okay.
Oh look, it's that guy. Mickey. No, it's not Mickey Rooney. Is it Mickey Rooney? No, it's not. Is it?
Don't think so. I don't even know who he is. I don't think I recognise him at all.
I recognise his face, but I can't think who he is.
Is he pissed?
He's shit.
Here's a tea towel. Go and wipe up my sick.
That was the
little
end of
round
the
of applause.
sketch.
That was a brilliant sketch, wasn't it? I enjoyed the bit where it ended.
I enjoyed it. I'm going to enjoy the bit where the show ends.
So here's a lovely tea towel.
Here's a tea towel, so we're going to have a really convoluted clue now. It means price. So each thing that they put on the table in front of them, if the bionic man is what you want, this could be the nearest you get. There might be a sinking feeling, but at least you could get your tits wet. A full set was the answer.
Set.
So each of these items has a clue attached, and they mean some sort of prize. Now, one of the prizes that will be on there at one point will be Dusty Bin, and these complete suckers have to try and divulge what the clue means, and then choose a final item to be their prize. That was a really complicated way of explaining it.
For some of the plots, they have to.
Are we going to have to watch another sketch now while they introduce
I think
the
we
next
are.
item?
But also, can someone please put Ted's auto cue by the camera and not about a mile off to the side, so he's actually reading it and looking at the screen? Oh, we're going to have some magic now. What's Mandrake? The Matador magician. Oh, dog kennel. So they're doing some magic. He's put some woman in a box.
You fancy either of these two?
No, and now he's going to stab her up. So there's a whole sword in the box act, which has been done a million times before. A contortionist in the box. It's nothing special.
Oh, don't ruin it.
Because look at the very precise precision placing.
Look how he puts those swords into the edge of the box.
Yeah, and not even all the way into the box.
No.
So there's probably a compartment she's in. Oh no, actually they're going in far enough that.
I suppose.
What would be great is if just all blood started pouring out of this box now. And it was
This
more
is
like
very-
Psycho the Magnificent in Round the Bend.
Yeah.
That'd be
This is all
good.
very lackluster, isn't it?
God, this is boring. That's the problem with magic. Most of it is really boring. And this is boring. Oh, good, I actually screamed there. That was a joke.
I mean, he went to wipe off the blade as if there was blood on it, though, so that was quite...
What he should have done is kept going and said, "This'll teach you to cheat on me, you bitch." live air murdering. That would have been funny. This is just going on and on.
Would it? I don't
well,
know.
not funny. No, funny.
It's been a long time. It's
Now,
fine.
I'm guessing there's the doors at the front of this box where this woman's having swords poked through at her. So he's going to open that now. It's just going to be like a head will roll out, I hope. Oh, she
Just
wasn't
gonna
even
be
in there.
Like when the lifts open in The Shining and the blood just pours out.
Or like on the really dark magic show that I used to watch as a teenager called Secret Cabaret, where everything was horrendous and horrible.
Was the Amazing Jonathan ever on that?
No, because it wasn't funny. Secret Cabaret.
Okay.
I'd laugh if probably a stagehand's just been stabbed with a sword there. Do we want to chuck him off?
Was she taking some clothes off while she was in there, or was she
No,
always
she was
wearing
always
just
like that.
Alright. I might just have to watch that again later.
3, 2, 1. That was boring as hell, wasn't it? Right, so they're going to
So
bring on a
what's the
clue
item?
now.
A sword?
The item is her spleen. Some
On a
rubber
skewer.
glove. But the thing is, what really annoys me about this is that the item they bring on doesn't seem really relevant to what we have just seen. So it's rubber gloves she's holding.
She looks like Princess Di.
She does look like Princess Di,
Wow!
who ironically did die
From swords?
from swords. It was kept out of the press, that bit.
Some rubber gloves.
Rubber gloves we've got.
Why have we just watched fucking 5 minutes of your shit magic then?
And we don't mean a passing glance.
We don't mean a
Reject,
passing
and you
glance.
won't have time to regret. You'll be faced with a second
Something.
chance.
Time to regret, faced with a second chance.
Yeah, you won't have time to regret. Plays a second chance.
Where you regret throwing things out and you throw them out on every second week. So it's a bin. That's the bin.
It's a bin. You reckon that's a bin?
I don't know. Probably
This
not.
is such a drawn-out affair, isn't it? This whole show.
It is.
We think the rubber gloves is a colonoscopy. I've wanted one of those.
That's the prize.
The thing is, if Ted took off his Cuban heels, he'd be about 3 feet shorter than all of them.
Look at that confused bloke over his shoulder.
Yeah.
He's really not
Look
sure
how
what's
far off camera he is reading that. It's so annoying.
happening. So we've had a bit of magic, we've had a bit of comedy, now we're going to have a bit of drama.
I have a bit of Humphrey Bogart impersonation.
This is a bit like, you remember in the Krypton Factor, they would have the
Ugh, yeah.
the memory one, and you'd sort of, and as a kid I used to look forward to it, like the little bit of drama or comedy every week, and when you watch it again you go, f***ing hell, that was shit.
Is that Jimmy Cricket? No, it's not, is it?
It might be somebody pretending to be him.
Why would you pretend to be Jimmy Cricket ever?
He was a big star.
Why was he a big star? Can you answer me that, please? I want a reason.
That is a harder question than
Why?
anything Ted Rogers is about to
Why
ask.
was Jimmy Cricket a big star?
Why?
Why?
Google that particular question.
Little and large, big stars. Now, Cannon and Ball I understand because there's a hint of danger with Cannon and Ball.
What's that?
Well, you never knew if Bobby Ball was just going to lamp someone in the audience because he just seemed like he might at any point, and that made it quite funny.
Why was Jimmy Cricket a big star? Google does not specifically answer.
Google has imploded.
It's just lots and lots of hits that just say he wasn't.
He wasn't a big star. Come here, there is more. Oh, wait a minute, Jimmy. There isn't, is there?
Hold there, I'm going to continue. He did feature in the Crankies Club, alongside the Crankies and Bobby Davro, so in that particular room, he was the biggest star. What's happening with this
I don't know.
stupid thing?
I know, but he's supposed to be the Godfather, I think. They just used Max Bygraves as a punchline, which, you know, was another trope of the 80s.
That's a very 1981 joke, isn't it? Well, it doesn't matter what the first bit is, but the punchline is Max Bygraves.
If the punchline is Max Bygraves or Des O'Connor, you're in the 80s. He's selling encyclopedias. That is a joke.
With families like this,
Is it?
they don't live long enough to pay the installments.
He can't do the American accent.
What was that supposed to be? They found somebody who looks a bit like Humphrey Bogart, but all he
But it
was
does an impression that does like that.
he's just sucking on his teeth a bit in an attempt at a Humphrey Bogart impression. I hated him.
So here's the Godfather guy.
Busy guy.
What's the item going to be?
This
A
is-
nodding dog.
Yeah, this is a great characterisation of the Godfather he does.
No.
Over 200. I do over 200 Godfather impressions. I do an
False.
impression of my Godfather, Barry. He talks a bit like this. Hello, I'm Barry the Godfather.
You shouldn't be afraid to mar your chance.
Right.
Although you may think
Oh.
it's low, if you've seen him before,
If you haven't got the whole
you
clue
can see
in
him
there
again,
now.
because you're in charge of the show.
If you've seen him before, you'll see him again, but you're in charge of so that's Dusty Bin, surely.
Is it though, or is that too obvious?
I don't know. You've seen Ted before, is Ted the Price?
It could be a big crate of Mountain Dew.
Before it was made.
Yeah.
And you will drink this shit in front of me. I didn't like Mountain Dew, I thought it was horrible.
I didn't even realise it was like an energy drink until
Is
quite
it?
recently.
I thought it was like
Apparently.
just a fizzy pop.
I just thought it was like a lemonade before, but
Oh,
no,
I
it
didn't know
is.
it's an energy drink.
Well, it is nowadays. Maybe it wasn't to start with, but yeah, it's horrible as well.
To be honest, anything could be an energy drink if you really wanted it to be.
I suppose it's all full of sugar, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
basically the same thing.
Put some Coke in it.
So something about a sinking feeling. Is this a tea towel?
It's a photograph of the Titanic.
Yes.
It's sinking feeling. That's right. You get to be on this show 2 weeks in a row.
Sinking, yeah, quicksand.
Do you know what? It's the same with Bullseye as well. It's kind of those long, drawn-out conversations
Yeah.
that they have. You think if you remember the studio audience, you've had to travel to watch this nonsense. And then he's going to read the
presumably
clue
because you're a
again,
fan.
and they keep rereading the clues over and over again.
You shouldn't be afraid to mar your chance.
Shouldn't be afraid to mar your chance. Something, something slow. Seen it before, see it again. In charge of the show.
So there's a big cheer.
So
Oh, hang on,
they're
they've dumped
getting
that
rid of that
You
one.
shouldn't be afraid to mar your chance, although you may think it's low. Could
Okay.
this point to Dusty Bin as
Could this point to Dusty Bin? Well, they all could if you wanted them to.
Yeah.
Be afraid, so perhaps
Be
not.
afraid.
You've seen him before, you can see him again. So
Seen him before, see him
could this in
again.
fact be some sort of recording equipment?
Could it be some sort of recording equipment? Shut up, Ted.
It could be, but it could equally
You're-
be not that.
You're in charge of the show, although you're not in charge of the show.
No.
Video recorder with the television
Ted's in
receiver.
charge of the
Video.
show.
There are already programs.
To shoot their own program. A video recorder with a video receiver to shoot your own programs. That's what the gun was to represent. Shoot. Don't shoot. You don't shoot your own program. This is making me mad.
Did anybody ever get these things right?
What is that monstrosity? Look at that.
That's what tellies used to look like.
That's what video players used to look like as well.
Before we watched them on
Oh,
our
hang on.
phones.
Alright, I take it back. You said shoot your own show. There's a camera. Alright, I'll let you off there, Ted.
You can make your own dirty movies, and Christ, hopefully I never have to see that, looking at the state of the two of you.
Looking at your massive chin.
Here's the camera. Thank you, Alison.
Here's the camera. We've plugged it in. Look, we've plugged it in so you can see it on the TV. Look, I'm doing right in on your wife's breasts. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Nothing. I'll smash this camera off your head, mate.
There's a sofa there. Get to it, and we'll watch the product of your horrible, filthy union later on.
Yeah. Have they? Oh, right. The way they were talking to them, it's like they've chosen that one to win. But they haven't.
That's the one they've just binned off, though, isn't it?
Yeah, binned off. Good. They should have used that in the show.
They should have done.
Dusty been had a wand then. It's alright, it's only 20 more minutes.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, why did we choose
Let's never do this again. Let's never do anything this long.
Let's never do this podcast again. This is the only way we communicate. We've got to keep doing it.
I suppose so, yeah.
We're supposed to be best friends.
Supposed to be.
Supposed to be. Yeah. We got our own lives. Can't be best friends all the time. Oh, hang on, we're getting another skit now. Oh, it's this dickhead again.
Oh, it's Robin.
Oh, finally, actually, something that is a superhero.
It's that guy again from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Only not the same one. He looks a bit like Robin.
Oh my god, this is so laboured.
Robin with a receding hairline.
Hang on. Hello, Robin. You don't want the world to know who I am. Oh, hang on a minute. He's in costume.
Well, he didn't say hello, Dick, did he? Even though he should have done.
Oh, what is this? This is the worst written thing I've ever seen, and I have seen spats. I don't know what's going on.
It's quite a good Robin costume.
It is. But he's like 80, this bloke. Playing Robin.
You didn't know me when I was a kid.
Oh my god. It's not as good as the homemade Robin costume we made for our Batman and Robin sketch when we were 18.
Is that. Nothing is as good as that.
Holy gee jolly jeepers, Bat. I mean Bruce.
That was well written.
That was well written. I mean, I think the fight scene between your Batman and my Riddler at the end was pretty damn good, actually.
Oh, it was. That's an interesting Batman costume.
That isn't. I quite like it. Look, I like how his cowl is not just all flapping around the side. That's what I like.
I don't like how his nipples are sort of poking through.
See, that's the bit I do like. What are you eating? What are you eating?
Nothing. I'm having a drink.
Oh, Capri Sun?
Yeah.
But you're right, Robin. Act straight away.
Capri Sun.
Again, if Capri Sun wants to sponsor when microwaves were bigger, we would happily have some Capri Sunny money, as we've mentioned before.
Capri Sun, the fresh maker. Look at his nipples, like they're just distracting now.
They're long, aren't they? They don't.
Yeah, he's wearing the cowl like a sort of "it ain't half hot, mum" kind of hat.
Yeah, like
the back bit.
Deerstalker.
Yeah, like he's protecting his neck from the sun. Oh, that was good, wasn't it? Everybody's clapping.
Here's
and
Batman.
now his great big
Batman. Look at him. He's just let his gut out now.
Oh, he's given away. It's him.
It's Bernard Bresslaw from the Carry On movies.
Bernard Bresslaw, I thought it was Ronnie Corbett.
I thought it was Ronnie Corbett. He made a joke there. Ted said Bernard Bresslaw. I thought it was Ronnie Corbett. The joke there is that Bernard Bresslaw is about 8 feet tall, whereas Ronnie Corbett was 3'3".
Very specific.
Now here's the clue.
Here's the clue. Right.
There's your power.
What is it? It's the kapow sign.
It's a kapow.
And the rhyme, right?
The rhyme.
The rhyme says, Batman will travel anywhere.
Batman will travel
If there's
anywhere.
evil to be fought,
If there's evil to be
his
fought,
sidekick ought to help you.
his sidekick ought to
You
help
should
you.
get caught.
If you should get caught. Well,
Well.
sidekick is Robin, so it's a Robin reliant, I reckon.
Yeah, Robin Reliant. Robin Reliant's
Or
got
Reliant
3
Robin.
wheels.
Yeah.
A wheelbarrow's only got 1 wheel, and wheelbarrow goes next to the bin in the garden. It's Dusty Bin.
Yeah. Probably that.
Easy, this game, isn't it?
It is easy, this game.
If you make up any old shit.
What are you two talking about now?
Do you know what? If I was them, I'd just say, right, discard those 3, we'll have that, whatever it is, don't give a shit.
So what are you two talking about now? Well, the f***ing quiz question, I think, Ted.
Come on, Ted, wake up. Pay
Wasn't
attention.
talking about the fish fingers we're going to have for tea later.
Although now we are.
Now I'm thinking about fish fingers. Rubber gloves. He's going to read this f***ing clue again.
You'll have to watch what you're doing.
You'll have to watch what you're doing. Passing glance.
And you won't have time to regret.
Reject. You won't have time to regret.
Second chance.
Something about a
Second
second
chance.
chance. We're going to reject it. Oh, you nutters.
reckon so, Anne?
So you regret throwing something in the bin.
You reckon that's okay? They're
Oh, I
not
don't
committing
fucking know.
themselves this
They're
time.
going to it. They're
So
going
you're
for
going
it.
to get rid of that one, are you?
Are they having that, or are they binning that?
I think they're binning it off.
They're rejecting the kapow. So I think this is Dusty Bin
Batman will travel anywhere if there's evil to be fought.
because of the wheelbarrow thing. I said just now, and I can't
Oh, there we
remember.
go. He's going to explain the Batman one now.
Brilliant.
Evil to be fought. Well, could the travel mean that this is a
So
holiday?
travel
mean it
could
could
mean
be a
holiday.
Think
Yeah.
of Dusty, and it did, didn't it? Really. His sidekick ought to help you. Well,
Sidekick.
who was Batman's sidekick?
Robin.
Robin. And we said he ought.
He
to
ought to
He
help
ought
you.
So
to
what
help you.
part of prize is part of Robin?
Part
Right,
of
you've done
Robin.
it. Dusty Bin.
What? The part?
Robin.
Oh, I get it. Right, okay.
He's still reading that comic.
The thing is, it's not like you even got the remote control Dusty bit. Actually, this isn't a remote control, and it's just on wheels, isn't it?
My answer made more sense than theirs.
It did. They should throw one in like a bully anyway, I think.
I think so. That's all you'd go for.
Yeah.
Just take a Dusty Bin away.
Look, put the auto cue closer. Oh my god, it's so annoying.
I'm just going to look up and see if you can buy Dusty Bins.
Buy me one.
Alright.
Biggles, another superhero.
Quiet today, Bertie.
This is just
Too quiet for me.
painful now, isn't it?
Fruit.
The old fruit.
Sorry.
Dusty Bin.
Ginger.
I say, I wonder what's holding Biggles up.
Biggles.
Oh, you mean he's been drinking again?
Dusty Bin fancy dress costume.
Winko was on the blower earlier.
Oh,
asking to see
well
me.
that
He found
lied.
it awful.
I'm not surprised.
None of those things
Have
are a
you
Dusty
seen
Bin costume.
telephone? I mean, my God,
Aw.
what chance have we got?
I hate when Amazon gets your hopes up like that.
So I was listening to the to this shit. Oh my god, this
So
is.
Biggles is an old man, is he?
I have no idea. He said
That-
scrambled, but it's because he's got his eggs, you see, and he wanted poached eggs. But they've given him scrambled. That is the joke there.
Shouldn't
Although
waste food in wartime.
the way he did that was actually quite funny. We smashed the eggs into the filing cabinet. I liked that bit.
Dusty Bin display mug.
What is it? Poor old Harry
Can I have one of them?
has been wiped.
I like dusty bins.
You could have the Bullseye and 321 game set. That's on Amazon.
No, Lord, no!
Only one left in stock.
Buy it.
Popular. It's very popular. It's £46.99.
Don't buy it. It's not worth it.
It's really not. Not even for both.
Who's that little guy?
There's no need to
I recognise him.
That's Biggles.
Ah, that's why I recognise him. From Palace Hill.
Yes.
Who is it? Who's the little man? I do recognise him. It's not Wayne Rooney. Not Wayne Rooney at all. Mickey Rooney is what I meant to say.
I expect he'll give one of those prize things over to Matey in a minute. That's quite a funny joke. I have to give him that.
Yeah.
The chalk wouldn't rub off the blackboard, so he painted over it black paint.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
This guy, I quite like this guy. He's been funny twice now, which is
What was the first one?
when he put the eggs inside the filing cabinet and slammed it shut.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So he's two for two, which is more than any of the other people that have been on this show have been so far.
Hopefully he'll go and introduce himself to
I hate
Ted
this
in a minute
guy.
and find out who he is.
The guy that's been in every sketch, he is useless.
So did you, dear, so don't you?
Well,
I hate him.
they're very limited with their resources.
The guy who I thought was Jimmy Cricket, but isn't. And in fact, in closer inspection, doesn't really look much like him either.
Make sure it's
No.
landed first.
Oh, thank God that's over. Well, what's the clue
Funny
going to be?
sketch.
Just going to slap his cock on the table. This is
Come
my
on,
clue.
here he is. What's his name?
Right. Charles. Charlie Drake. That's who it is.
Drake.
That's why I recognise him, because I remember that person.
Well, that's a good story.
What's he doing?
Doing something very, very different.
Legitimate.
He's going legitimate.
A few of us have done that here tonight.
What does that mean?
What are you going to do?
I don't know. That was a very odd comment from Ted. Where a few of us did that the other night.
Yeah, they all had an orgy.
Legitimate. It's got mate on the end. Mate is another word for having sex. So we
Had sex with a bin.
legitimately had sex with bins round the back of the set. That's
Not even dusty
what
bin,
we did.
just any old bin.
Just a bin. Just drill a hole in a bin.
Bin, fit bin, bin, bin.
In apple pie order.
Apple pie order.
Prize at least will be new.
The prize at least will be
We
new.
had one in the oven.
You could have one in the oven.
Bun. After you sex him in.
No, he misread it because he's funny.
He's a funny man. He should have stuck to throwing eggs into filing cabinets. That was really
That's
his
his forte. You know that old variety where the guy would just smash his head with a tray.
Yeah.
It's like that. Just slammed eggs in a filing cabinet. That should have been what he stuck to. That would have been good. Right, so they've got an apple. That'll be anything, couldn't it? Let's face it.
You could have one in the other.
You could have one in the other. What, like the other in
Again, I can read the towel or the rubber gloves if you like.
Yes.
in that horror film I've got from Insidious, the other. Like,
oh, I haven't seen it.
You've got to go to the other and be stalked by a knockoff Darth Maul demon.
There might be a sinking feeling.
We're going to drown you.
You can see her nipples now as well.
Can you?
That's worse than Batman's.
Rubber gloves?
Yeah.
Can you not see them?
I can. You're really looking at nipples tonight, Martin. I mean,
It's just distracting. They're really sticking out. I'm glad that
they do
he's
that in
wearing a
Friends
jumper.
quite a lot.
Yeah, Friends. Yeah, it happens a lot, especially the early ones.
Right, they're reading out the second chance clue now.
I'm always looking at Ross's nipples.
Another kind of watch. You won't have time to regret. Second chance.
This could have been pointed at Dusty.
This could have been pointed at Dusty because they're all supposed to be pointing at Dusty, you idiot.
But so, is there only one Dusty bin in the bunch? So they've already they're not going to get a bin now.
No, they're going to get
Whatever
something half decent. What do you put in Rubber Glove's hands? Watch his and hers.
They nod along as if it makes sense. Oh yeah. No, it doesn't. Call Ted out on this shit, man.
What do you put in Rubber Gloves? Cocaine before I swallow it at the airport.
Yeah.
So what
Was it a toaster?
So what do you put in gloves? Your hands? What's a toaster got to do with it?
That's right. It's a pair of human hands that have been hacked off,
shoved in a toaster. Oh no, it's not a toaster. It's a really elaborate box with a selection of shitty watches in that they've won in bloody eggs in a fairground.
Eggs in a fairground.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I was thinking about, you know, when you put 20p in those machines, you turn the key.
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
know.
But
I knew what you meant.
yeah.
It wasn't. I just thought it was a funny description.
They're not.
It was accurate.
They're not unique to fairgrounds in any way. if at all.
The eggs weren't in apple pie order.
Oh, they were scrambled. So scrambled apple. Scrambled apple.
You've won a trip to a cider factory. They scramble apples.
Cider factory.
I don't know how they make cider. They scramble apples.
Reject it. Look, we haven't got a clue what he's talking about. Let's end this waking nightmare. Get rid of it. We're getting rid of the tea towel. Or the towel. I thought it was a tea towel.
I thought it was a tea towel.
Beach holiday.
Something you'll get. Dusty, something.
Shut up about Dusty. We know you can't think of Dusty anymore, Ted. Yes, Dusty.
At least you could get a full set.
A full set.
Cards. Knives.
Full set of teeth. You've got all your teeth. And
China.
A shark has teeth. It's a copy of Jaws on DVD.
Of DVD from the future. It's a copy on VHS put on that player you didn't win. It would have been a dinner service. That's what they would have won.
Why?
Come on, smash it into something so it all falls off. Come on.
I'm more confused after Ted explains it than I am when he just gives you
and a
the clue.
dishwasher. Come and look at what you could have won.
That would have been nice, yeah, not those shit watches that we actually won.
No, they didn't win those either. They rejected those, didn't they?
Oh, didn't they?
Yeah, it's the last thing they get that they win.
Okay.
There's more
Well,
inside.
there's still hope then.
There's more inside there. You've got to take this home with the crockery in it. That's right. It'll break and smash. No, you've got to take it. We don't deliver it. You've got to take it in your car. We came on the train. Your loss. That's what you can do.
That sounds like a personal problem.
It's got to go.
We're going to burn it in front of you.
They just kicked it all over.
Let's smash all these plates now. You ungrateful bastards.
No one's eating off of these. Not me, not werewolf me, no one. I'm not even listening to the clue now. Oh, so they've gone for the apple.
If we turn this over, well, there's a lot of food. I think you'll agree in this rhyme here. Eggs, apple pie, turn over.
Eggs, apple pie, turn over.
Apple pie, turn over.
Rather large apple.
Rather large apple.
A cooking apple, you mean, Ted?
Apples and pears. Stairs is where you have a carpet. Carpet is what you wrap a body in. It's a dead body.
They want a trip to New York. What is
Well
this thing
done,
that's popped out of
Ben.
the counter?
Say, big apple.
Wow. There you go. On that joke, they haven't even got a VT to play properly. They're just going to film the monitor.
Yeah.
The old
JVC.
Oh no, here we go. Statue
Oh.
of Liberty, New York.
Oh, I hope we don't see the Twin Towers.
Oh, foreshadowing.
Ted Rogers knew about it.
Foreshadowing. He sees the Twin Towers go. They're shit. Hope they come down.
20 years before, Ted predicted 9/11.
He did. And now there's to just keep in with the superhero theme. Here is some sort of majorette.
Majorette, my favourite superhero.
Here are your tickets.
I don't know, it's quite a nice uniform.
Yeah. We've just shoved it all in a padded envelope.
There's your tickets. Now off.
Here's the ticket, the brochure. Put some travel sweets in it as well. Finish it off. Jeez.
Awkward kiss. Awkward kiss between Ted and Lady Woman.
£400 to spend as well.
What would that have bought you in 1981?
£400 worth of goods and services.
Well, yes, that is true.
Or the equivalent in dollars. Dollar bill.
Here we go. Do the 3, 2, 1 thing, Ted. It's all over.
I'll see us next week, Ted. We're doing something much shorter than this.
If nothing else, just to make sure our
there you
bandwidth...
go. Keep the apple.
isn't-
Take the apple. You're taking the f***ing apple. Idiots.
Oh, God.
Oh, I quite enjoyed that, though.
You know, somebody has written in the comments on YouTube underneath, I wonder what it would be like if they did a revival of 321, this time presented by either Kirsty Gallagher, Caroline Flack, Russell Brand, Ian Wright, etc. What? They're just a random selection of names.
Ian Wright?
But, like, the sentence, by saying presented by either, usually you expect, like, 2 choices.
Yeah.
But then just to go Kirsty Gallagher, Caroline Flack, Russell Brand, Ian Wright, etc. Well, you could imagine what it would be like if they did it with anyone on using that as a guide.
It'd be awful. Like any
then-
game show reimagined today.
And then the next one underneath just says, absolute piss. Which I think summed up that last 50 minutes or
Wow.
so.
No, don't play the next one. I haven't got the
Oh, no,
power
bollocks
of
to
that.
that.
Oh, I quite enjoyed that, though.
So was that a suitable 100th episode for us, do you think?
Probably not.
Was anything ever good? The problem is we've done all the things that we would consider iconic. I
Yeah,
would say.
yeah.
So, you know, whatever. Really, we'll just do anything now.
Just to, it doesn't matter now. We've reached 100. We never thought we would reach episode 100.
There's a brilliant comment here as well. Why was this episode called Superheroes when there was no mention of a superhero in it? Oh, and before anyone says Batman is a superhero, he isn't. He does not have any superpowers. And then there's just loads of replies, just people debating it.
Wow.
Oh,
well,
God.
at least it's kicked off an interesting debate about whether Batman is a superhero or not.
Well, he's not, is he?
No.
He's a masked vigilante at best.
At best. At
And then
worst.
someone's written, well, Batman is a super hero, i.e. a top bloke.
Oh, top banter. Bants.
Just reading YouTube comments now.
Oh dear, you've turned into Adam Buxton. I burped in the middle of that. I apologise.
I could only hope to be as good as him. Oh, we could have done the one called Cartoons. Should we do this again?
Cartoons, well, it's probably just got Humphrey Bogart in it again.
Yeah.
And that man who wishes he was Jimmy Cricket, but he's not even that good.
Have you got a 3-2-1 quiz?
I haven't.
No,
it's
I mean
long, isn't it? It's an hour long. This.
It's a bit long, and also it's really difficult to come up with a suitable quiz in the style of 3-2-1 without just talking random shit, which is basically what we've done for 50 minutes anyway.
But I personally feel that this has gone quite well. So
I think so. It's okay, isn't it?
We laughed.
We did. I laughed a lot.
Mine laughed a lot at his own jokes. But then
and yours.
I was laughing at his jokes too. So it's fine.
I laugh more at yours. No, that's fine.
Story of my
life.
3-2-1.
If nothing else, you got to say 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1.
I did.
And that was my favourite bit.
I feel like we don't have to do any more now anyway because of that. I think we've reached the peak now.
It's fine. You're going to have to do a different countdown system from the next one.
Let's go 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3,
3,
4,
2, 1.
5, 6, 7. Just keep going.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will, smart guy.
Yeah. So that was 3, 2, 1. Sorry, it was a bit.
No, we did sorry weeks ago.
But yeah, if you've enjoyed it, if you would like us to do some other things, we have got a few suggestions on the go, which we've ignored, but we are going to get around to. So do keep sending suggestions to either our Twitter feed at @SpreadTheWhimsy or our email address, if you like, wagonwheels@outlook.com.
Now I finish yawning, I will say. It's late. You can also obviously contact us via Facebook, which some of you do. Which is facebook.com/wagonwheels. We're bigger, and obviously rate, review, and subscribe to this. And if you like,
yeah, here's a hint: if you see a tweet which highlights a review, don't just like it and not go and write another one. Like, just go and write a review.
What does it
That's
take?
all we want.
5 minutes? Well, how important?
It's easy.
How busy are your schedules? You can't fit in 5 minutes of writing about us.
We'd write a review. We'd write a review for you.
Right, Jonathan Ross. Wheat and white.
It is late. It is late. I've just watched 50 minutes of 3, 2, 1.
That is true. I've been making a note of all these swears. It's been quite hard to keep track.
I'm sorry.
I may have missed some.
Yeah, I do. I'm quite sweary. But that's
sweary dairy.
all the ways you can talk to us, and you know all that. I don't know what else to say. What do you want to say?
Nothing.
Actually, I'm just going to leave you to it. You tend to do that to me. Bye.
I'm going as well then. Bye. No one's eating off of these. Not me, not werewolf me, no one.